A couple of years ago, when the Novation circuit came out, a lot of people actually thought that it was a toy. They saw the bright colors, the simplistic design, and a synth engine, which wasn't super impressive. And a lot of people thought that it wasn't a serious device for electronic music production. Now, fast forward about 4 years, and the Novation circuit is a future classic, and there's a lot of reasons to love it. So if you don't know, my name is Bo, and this entire channel about synths and music production wouldn't have been possible without the Novation circuit. I bought it early 2016, I think, and it became like a gateway to the hardware synth scene, the DAW-less jamming scene, and it just sparked a lot of creativity for me, and I think for a lot of you watching as well. So today I wanted to celebrate the original circuit and talk about 3 reasons why I love it. So number 1 is of course the design, because this is a really hands-on Groovebox. There's really nothing out there like it with this amount of hands-on control and no screens. So to me, the Novation circuit is like the perfect answer to the question, why shouldn't I just buy a piece of software? Why shouldn't I just buy a VST? This is the perfect answer, because it really shows why a dedicated hardware synthesizer Groovebox can spark a lot of creativity even though it's not that powerful. I've had countless of people contact me over the years telling me that the Novation circuit was the gateway for them into electronic music, especially when coming from a more traditional music background, because you might be intimidated by the software. And I think that the hands-on workflow, having everything accessible by pressing buttons and turning knobs, that speaks to a lot of people coming from a non-electronic background. The second reason why I love it so much is because it's really an instant groove machine. Let me show you. Duplicate. It's just one of a kind. I remember when I first tried it out in a store, and mind you, I'd been making electronic music for many, many years inside the box. And so when I first tried the Novation circuit, I was not blown away by the sound. I don't think that the sound engine is particularly good compared to its competition. I think it's okay. But what I was blown away by was just the simplicity of getting a groove going. I felt like I just put down a few notes, started tweaking knobs, and it got into the rhythm really quickly. And I think that is the hallmark of a well-designed instrument as compared to a piece of software. A piece of software can be infinitely more powerful, but a piece of hardware, a proper instrument, can get you going in a matter of seconds. And it might not sound the best. It might not sound comparable to, say, Machina and all the plugins that Native Instruments offer, but it will inspire you, get you going, and be a lot of fun. So I just remember going into the store, trying it out, and being like, should I buy it? It doesn't look that impressive, doesn't seem that impressive, but damn, it's good fun. It's instantaneous. So I bought it, and the rest was, as they say, history. And lastly, the third reason why I love it so much is the constant updates. Because you see, I don't think that the original designers of the circuit quite knew what they had made. I think that they made a Groovebox, they thought that it would sell decently, and that it would be what it was when it was first released. But I think that people started loving it so much that Novation saw that there was a good reason to keep expanding on it, and they saw the community feedback and the love for this device. So with the constant updates, they really improved on this little Groovebox here, taking it from a very limited 6 tracks, so we have 1, 2 synth tracks and the 4 sample tracks, took it from this very limited Groovebox into something much more powerful. For example, the ability, I don't know if you remember, but the ability to import your own samples, for example. So you could load whatever samples you wanted, and that was using components. So that was also a huge thing where they launched their components application that is now standard for, I think, almost all of their synthesizer. But even more importantly, we got the ability to flip sounds. So for example, you could use one drum track and lock samples to different steps. Like this, for example, here. And Novation's constant updates to the circuit and their back and forth with the community, listening to the feedback, really created a very nice community vibe around this device, which I think can be very important, especially for something that is a little bit aimed towards beginners, people who want to get into electronic music. So I think that the constant updates is a really good reason to have loved the circuit. And of course, I hope that the future for the circuit is bright. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see about that. So thank you for watching today's video, and I'll talk to you all later, and have a great weekend.